a giant 8-inch. After bluegills, using an ice fishing jig. Keeping it still, we got a nice big old bluegill again. Number 2. No reason to measure that one, I already know that's a keeper. Little ice fishing jig. Alright, as you can see, this time we are on the Mississippi in summer clothes because it's a hot day, and we were on a boat harbor, backwaters of the Mississippi River, using ice fishing gear, all ice fishing jig, the Vexilar, everything had to be ice fishing, or you just wouldn't catch these really nice bluegills. They are biting so difficult, and at the very end of this video you'll see what happens. They completely just quit. So it's very hard bite for almost everything on the Mississippi River, maybe even everywhere, just because of that. I think it's something to do with the weather, because it's supposed to be cold, but it's going back and forth, going all the way back up to 70 and back down to 20 and back and forth. It's probably just getting all these fish all messed up. But we tried our very hard and didn't max out because of how the bite was, but we caught some really nice ones in this video. Enjoy. All right, so this time out we're on the backwaters of the Mississippi River on a boat harbor, going after suspended bluegills, really hard biting bluegills as well. We're going all out ice fishing gear, Vexilar, ice fishing jigs, really light gear to catch the big ones. They're just not hammering, they're just not biting, they're acting like ice fishing. They really want something small and easy to eat. Enjoy the video of us on the backwaters of the Mississippi going after these bluegills, hard biting bluegills, using ice fishing gear on open water. Enjoy the video. Alright, I think we're figuring it out. So we're down on the backwaters of Mississippi, boat harbor, after bluegills, using an ice fishing jig, just with a tiny piece of Nightcrawler. They're very, very hard to get. Everything is just really biting, not the best. So we're going ice fishing jigs to catch some. Not as big as I thought though. Another nice bluegill using the Vexilar. About around 10 feet or more. Well, November, beginning of November, hard bite. Using a Vexilar to cheat them, ice fishing jigs, first keeper. Just keeping it still, we got a nice big old bluegill again. Number 2. Our second big one, look at that. A 9-incher, that's what we're looking for. Well, getting closer to noon and they're all turned into small ones. That white jig with a piece of Nightcrawler, a little ice fishing jig. But they're all small. There we go. They haven't been biting really at all. The big ones just disappeared, but here's the first big one in about an hour or two. It got really suckish there for a while, but there's another nice one. A couple boats way out there. They must be catching something way out there. 7. No reason to measure that one. I already know that's a keeper. Little ice fishing jig. Middle of the day, they're just not hammering. You really have to work them. Barely. It's almost like dead pulling, but you gotta hold the rods or you won't even know. People are starting to catch them with not even knowing they're even on. They're like sucking on it, but that's a keeper. I can comfortably say this: if you don't have the ice fishing equipment, you won't catch the big ones. They're playing a very hard game the beginning of November here. Really hard game. So I'm fishing 14 feet of water. I'm catching most of my fish right above 10 feet. That's how it's kind of been the whole day. Using the Vexilar to cheat, using ice fishing jig. This is a ultralight, our LR light and rod, Berkeley, and then a Berkeley reel. Bolt Harbor. Kind of just acting like I'm ice fishing to catch these bluegills. They're playing a really rough game in November. And it's 70 degrees this November day. 70 degrees. Very nice. I am going to switch colors. I don't know. I'm just thinking. I only have one other color here. And it's a gold. Or yellowish gold. And that's a white, so maybe the yellow will match the Nightcrawler a little bit more or something. I don't know. I'm just going to try some different colors and see what happens. Yeah. I measured him. He's right at 8. I thought he was small, but he just cuts it. Yeah, still on the program of a lot of small ones. Hard bite. Using the yellow jig now. All around that 10 feet. You go out of that 10 feet area, you ain't catching nothing. Alright, I think we hooked up into a good one. We moved. And this one is not a keeper. I don't think you can see that, but using the Vexilar, even me jigging sometimes when they're right next to my bait, they get spooked and run away. So it's like another thing you gotta add on to it now. They weren't doing that this morning, but now you gotta be careful how you jig it when you do jig, because you might scare the whole school. They're so spooky all of a sudden now. Well, it is 12:30 and I am thinking it won't be very long because these bluegills have completely just shut off. They're just not doing nothing at all anymore. So that might be it for this video. We'll stay for a little bit more and see what happens, but I think this might be most of it. Well, that's it. I'm done. They're just not biting at all anymore. I got a bunch on the Vexilar, but they're not doing nothing except chasing your lure and looking at it. So I'm done for 1 o'clock now. Little jig head with a little piece of Nightcrawler, 6-pound test line on an ultralight. Ice fishing style. Acting just like it's ice fishing. It's the only way to get the big ones. Alright. Let's see how many we got. Now note, all the ones I kept are 8 or higher. So, let's see how many we got here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there's 10. That is a lot of nice bluegills. But we didn't max out, unfortunately. Too hard of a bite. Look at some of them. Alright, well, we're out. That is one of the 9-inchers. I think we caught 2 of them that were 9. So there's one 9-incher. But that's it for this video. Hope you guys can all get out there and find some fish. It's really tough right now, so good luck to you, and try to get some fishing in before the cold weather really shows up. It's nice now, as you can see. I'm in the t-shirt. Really nice. 70 degree day. All right, see y'all later.